Hi and welcome back to Whitetail Acres Farm. During these cold winter days, it's nice spending some time inside with the warmth of the fire going to get caught up with canning and other indoor projects. Our wood stove here has been really coming in handy, especially this winter with it being unusually cold. It's nice having a warm fire going, and it also helps reduce our heating costs because this wood burning stove is able to heat our house pretty efficiently. Today I'll be making and canning Hungarian goulash. It's a recipe in my canning book that I've been wanting to try. We also had a really shocking discovery when taking care of the animals, and I'm still scratching my head about. I'll share that with you later in this video and would love your thoughts and ideas as to how this event could have possibly happened. So please subscribe to the channel and especially comment as to how you think this event that I'll be sharing with you could have occurred. By subscribing to the channel, you'll also be helping support our farm, which we really truly appreciate. I know it's going to be a busy and productive day, so I put a roast in the crock pot with a jar of our homemade French onion soup to slow cook for dinner tonight. It's such a quick and easy meal, and then I just need to heat up some side dishes and we'll have a nice, really good, cozy meal to have on this cold day. Now with the fire going and warming the place up and having dinner already started here, I'm gonna jump right into getting the canning done. Throughout the video, I'll also pop up on the screen what ingredient I'm using and how I'm cooking the Hungarian goulash in case you want to try it too. But you can always check out the book that I had shared in the beginning of this video. I'm really obsessed with my complete guide to pressure canning book. It has so many delicious recipes. I enjoy traditional canning like fresh sweet corn and green beans in water to use as a meal ingredient or a side dish. However, we really love having fully complete meals on the shelves that we just need to pop open, heat, and eat. This book has a lot of really great soups and stews that are scrumptious. One recipe I haven't had a chance to try making yet is the Hungarian goulash, so I decided to make and pressure can it today. Throughout the summer, as I'm harvesting fresh vegetables from the garden, I dice and freeze some key ingredients like green beans and tomatoes, peppers, onions, and celery that I can use for future canning. And it's also helpful to have on hand when you're really busy and you need some extra fresh ingredients for a meal. I usually measure out about 2 cups or so at a time and put them in Ziploc bags for the freezer. This makes it really easy and convenient when I have more time to focus on canning during winter months like today. And I can still have the satisfaction of using our homegrown produce. The prior winter, I'll review my pantry stockpile to figure out what I should focus on canning during the upcoming winter. I think of things like, are there certain side dishes or meals I'm noticing our family is going through quicker? Do I have plans for specific meals or events where I'll need to make sure I have more canned goods than normal? This all helps me decide which vegetables I may need to grow more of that coming summer, and it'll also help guide me as to which vegetables and approximately how many of each vegetable I should dice and freeze for canning the following winter. This process has been really valuable in helping me focus my energy and working purposely, rather than getting caught up in the excitement of gardening and planting plants or quantities of plants that I don't really need. And let me tell you, I've done that more times than I care to admit. We all have limited time each day, and we need to make sure we are putting our effort into things that really make sense. So I had most of the ingredients already prepared for this canning recipe, which is so helpful. Instead of opening the jars of beef broth that I had in our pantry, I also decided to make a fresh batch of broth the day before in our giant slow cooker. I like our broth to slow cook for at least 24 hours before using it or canning it. I knew I was going to need 12 cups for this recipe and another 12 cups for another recipe that I want to make in a few days. So preparing a fresh pot of broth made the most sense to me. It's also helpful when I have all of the ingredients out and the cookware prepared before I begin canning. It takes all of the stress out of the process when everything is ready to go, and all I have to do is follow the recipe and add each ingredient when needed. Canning has truly become one of my favorite hobbies. It's awesome being able to not only raise our own meat and grow a lot of our own produce, but to use those ingredients and things to make wholesome and nutritious food for our family is such a blessing and brings me so much joy knowing they are eating high quality food. Even when we didn't have our farm, I would buy from local farmers or even fresh ingredients from the grocery store if I had to for my canning. At least if I was still buying from the grocery stores, I knew I was using whole foods and it eliminated a lot of those hard to pronounce ingredients that are on the back of most canned goods, which, let's be honest, are likely not even remotely healthy. Now that we have the ability to raise a lot of the meat and produce ourselves, it brings my canning to a whole new level, which I am so grateful for. Now we have the goulash all done and it's in the pressure canner to cook. So while the goulash is in the pressure canner, you're probably wondering what unusual event happened with our farm earlier. Well, we went outside to check out our herd and to do our normal routine with the animals, and we noticed our older heifer's tail looked odd. There was blood at the bottom of it, and at first it concerned us because we thought it could be related to a miscarriage, as we had bred her a few months ago. However, upon closer look, we realized half of her tail was completely missing. We were shocked, as this isn't typically something that you're prepared to experience or to happen during a daily routine. She was out by the hay ring, enjoying the bale of hay that we had put out for them, and didn't seem the least bit bothered. But we were highly concerned. I found the bottom portion of her tail, which was probably close to 10 inches in length, near the hay ring. We still have snow on the ground, so I was able to scan around really easily and checking out the surrounding area, looking for unusual prints from predators, but I didn't see anything. I also didn't notice any unusual marks in the snow that could have indicated a struggle of any sort. So we're really scratching our heads as to how she could have possibly ripped off half of her tail. Our herd is calm and they get along really great, so I don't believe another one of our cattle were involved, and I don't think it was a fight or anything like that. The only possibility we came up with is that perhaps she was laying against the hay ring, like the cattle often do, and her tail got caught on it and ripped when she tried to get up and pull away. But we really have no idea what happened. So, if you have any theories, we would love to hear it, so please post a comment and let us know what you think. Now, we did treat her open wound with some medicated spray and powder. We have been monitoring her to ensure she doesn't develop an infection, and at the time of posting this video, she seems totally fine still, thankfully. She just has a shorter tail now. But this may be one of the things we will never figure out and never get an answer to. So again, subscribe to this channel and we'll share in a future video if we do happen to figure out what happened. And again, love to hear your theories here because we are truly stumped.
Don't put it on your hands, that's gross. Okay.
Well, back in the kitchen here, the canner has finished and it's cooled down, so I can now remove the jars of the Hungarian goulash to sit out on the counter overnight to rest. Tomorrow, I'll take the rings off the jars, wipe down the jars to remove any residue that could be on them from the canning process. I'll label them and I'll put them on the pantry shelves for future quick and easy meals. I did do a taste test and the goulash is so good. I am super excited that I was able to get this recipe done and finally got a chance to make it, and really happy that it's so good and our family will be able to enjoy all of these yummy jars the rest of this winter. Well, we're done here. Thank you so much for spending your time with us, and we will see you on the next one.